Welcome to the 2025 Women's Basketball Championship. Tonight's game features the Delta Gamma Bears and the Zeta Nu Gators. Team entrances will begin in just a few moments. While you're waiting, enjoy beverages and food from concessions outside the southwest side of the court. Again, team entrances will be in just a few moments.
Press number 8.
Established in 1990, having won 4 collegiate basketball championships prior, with a record of 9-1. Welcome to the court, your Delta Gamma Rho Bears! Established in 1980, having won 10 collegiate basketball championships prior, with a record of 10-0. Welcome to your court, the Zeta Nu Rho Gators! Chris?
So I need you to keep the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Women's Collegian Basketball Championship. Please stand as we're led in prayer by the Zeta Chi Falcons president, Landon Little. After prayer, please remain standing as we are led by a Collegian officer ensemble for our national anthem.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for another wonderful day that you've given us. I ask that you keep these teams safe from injury and harm. I ask that you help them have good sportsmanship throughout the entire event. In your name we pray, amen.
It's now time to introduce the team's starting lineups. Let's introduce the starters for the Delta Gamma Bears. Number 13, a junior guard from Pennsylvania, Gracie Hare. Number 20, a junior guard from West Virginia, Leah Comer. Number 22, a junior forward from Colorado, Emily Jones. Number 23, a junior forward from Texas, Anna Stevens. And number 24, a junior center from Pennsylvania, Mary Griffith. Now let's introduce the starters for the Zeta Nu Gators. Number 12, a junior guard from Ohio, Sydney Elliott. Number 20, a freshman center from Georgia, Emma Hall. Number 21, a junior guard from Michigan, Maddie Hollowood. Number 24, a junior forward from Ohio, Amber Mackey. And number 25, a junior guard from Michigan, Allison Aarons. Tonight's officials are Thomas Young, Jonathan Gray, and Greg Bradbury.
We want to welcome fans at home to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles, as we now have our ladies basketball championships for our collegiate sports of the 2024-2025 school year. Alvin Chapman, the voice of the Eagles and the broadcaster for the Athletics. And alongside me, a guard wearing number 21, Kyle Evers. Kyle, first time behind the microphone. Very excited to have you alongside with me.
Absolutely. I'm excited to watch this game and just kind of announce this and see this game with you, man.
Absolutely. The Delta Gamma Bears will have Anna Stevens, to tip things off. And for the Zeta Nu Gators, Emma Hall with the tip-off for the Gators. And we see already a man-to-man scheme and an empty offensive possession for the Gators. Kyle, what are some things that both teams are potentially going to have to do to be successful in a match like tonight?
A big thing will be the Bears need to slow down the Gators. The Gators love to get out and run, and so they need to be able to stop their offense and get them stopped on the dribble early on.
Mackey now guarded by number 13 for Delta Gamma. It's Gracie Herr. Allison Aarons will try to go inside. And phenomenal stand-up defense there by number 24 for the Bears, Mary Griffith.
Sydney's looking for the inbound.
Yeah, baseline out-of-bounds opportunity for Sydney Elliott. Off baseline out-of-bounds opportunities, you want to find opportunities to score quickly and fall back into your defensive scheme. Normally, a three-point opportunity is something that an opposition, rather the offense, would like to see. You being an Eagles basketball player, what are some baseline out-of-bounds opportunities that you have experienced to get open actions as Maggie Hollywood knocks down the first basket of the game?
We love to use, we called it our thumbs up. It's basically where you're going to swing the ball all the way around, and you're going to go and you're going to hit the guy that inbounds off the inbound screener for the corner three. And we love that play. Probably ran it too many times this season, but was definitely a go-to for us.
Stevens, a shot opportunity, but just unable to keep control of the ball there. That's unfortunate there, Kyle.
Oh, strong, and there's a two right there.
That's a basket there for Amber Mackey. A basket in transition as well for the Gators. They now have a 4-0 lead. Let's talk about the benefit, Kyle, of scoring in transition.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It helps before the defense is able to get set up, and that way they can get inside and quicker and hopefully to the rim. Also, timing out your opponent definitely helps when you're going in long term.
And a lot of times when you play transition offense, it gets an opportunity. Well, a lot of transition offense, honestly, Kyle, comes from great defense in the half-court setting as well.
Absolutely. Forcing that pressure, causing those live ball turnovers, huge points in a basketball game.
Jones in the corner will go to Stevens. The Gators still in a man-to-man defensive scheme. What are some components that are important while playing in a man scheme, Kyle?
Oh, help defense everywhere. When your man gets beat, you need that person to be able to trust your teammates so the next person is going to slide in and stop the ball there. Here we have a foul. It looks like Amber Mackey with her first foul.
The Gators forcing a turnover there as they now have a 4-0 lead. Despite having a 4-0 lead, the only two field goals that have been converted. Hollywood in the corner, unable to find the bottom of the barrel. What are the Bears going to potentially have to do, Kyle, to get on the boards here?
I think they need to get inside. Oh, there's a great opportunity right there. Just getting inside, swinging the ball, and getting those live drives right there like Mary Griffith just got to the rim and took it inside. I think that's where they need to get inside the ball more.
Yeah, that drive stems off her ripping and going. Was in a triple threat opportunity. And in a triple threat stance, you can do anything. You can pass the ball. You can look for options from your teammates. But that time uses her left hand to finish on the right side of the basket as well, Kyle.
Absolutely. And not being scared of that contact. Being just going in and going up free to the basket. Not being scared to go through somebody.
We see a 2-3 defensive scheme for the Bears. What are some things and important proponents to have in a defensive scheme like a 2-3 zone, Kyle?
A 2-3 zone, you've got to be communicating. When you have an overloaded spot, you need to be able to tell your teammates, hey, this is where I need some help. Oh, trying to save inbounds. I think the Bears keep possession as they'll be inbounding right under the basket. But with the zone, also, you need to be live. You got to be moving. You cannot just wait for the offense to come to you. You've got to go find them wherever they're going to be.
And Mary Griffith, number 24 for the inbound here, goes quickly inside to number 13, Gracie Herr. And Jones will take it to the wing and potentially drive herself. The dribble pull-up, no good.
And the Gators respond with a rebound, and they're looking to outlet ahead. Sydney Elliott was in the corner, wasn't quite able to get there with the quick pull.
Aarons had an opportunity, almost attempting to go coast to coast. Aarons again will go outside to Sydney Elliott. Elliott to Hall. The long two was up in the air and good. And Hall with the jumper. Phenomenal ball movement on the right half of the court there in order to have a phenomenal offensive possession.
That was just great patience. They waited for the shot that they wanted, and they got also a good offensive rebound in that, and just waited for the possession that they wanted. That's good stuff right there.
Comer goes back inside.
Great inlet.
The basket's good. A near give-and-go opportunity. And now we have a 2-point deficit available for the Bears. Hollywood will go corner. Elliott back to Hollywood. Mackey inside, back outside. Elliott with a wide-open opportunity, and it's true, the first three-pointer of the evening.
That's an excellent take. And going into that corner, she went straight up with it, no hesitation. That's a confident shooter right there.
Phenomenal ball movement as well. The Gators go inside, back outside, even go inside again, and then to Elliott in the corner.
Bears look to respond. They've been successful when going to the basket, so need to find a way to get to the hoop here.
Stevens 6 of 3 instead. That's no good. Hollywood, the rebound attempt, but a foul called by the baseline official. That one's going to be on the Gators. Number 21, Maggie Hollywood, for the foul. Loose ball fouls are often common on rebounding opportunities. What did you see there on that foul call?
I honestly didn't see the foul call on that one.
That's perfectly fine. I didn't see it either. That's why I asked you, Kyle.
Okay, got it.
Great help defense there by Elliott, and we're off to the races. Gators on a 3-on-2 break. Hollywood, an attempt at the basket, and Comer with the block attempt. Still on the hardwood, unfortunately, as she administers a foul.
Yeah, that was a tough one. It was good to stop the ball before there was a clean layup, but it definitely took a hit there while she was going down.
As the medical professionals come, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back momentarily. Maggie Hollywood at the free throw line, shooting 2 fouls. That foul administered there on number 20, Leah Comer. Hopefully she will be okay after that injury. And in speaking with the referee, it almost as if when she administered that foul there, Kyle, her body was heading one way, but her knee remained stationary, causing a bit of a jerk in her movement to slow herself down.
That's a tough injury. And it's mindsets are also very hard just to get back into the game, but looked like she was doing okay as she came off the court, though, so that was good.
Number 21, Kennedy Richardson, will come into the game for the injured Comer. Hopefully she can make a return in this game as Delta Gamma tries to fight back, now a 5-point deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. Gators look to press here and get the ball moving again. Once again, they've been doing a great job swinging it side to side, making the defense fully extend. Oh, I got a good tip off here, too.
The ball was deflected off the defense. One thing to notice here, though, in this game, collegiate and intramural basketball here at the college is played with high school rules. I know when you're playing with the Eagles, when a tip ball or a situation where the ball goes into the full court setting and you have to return, sometimes you almost get in panic mode because the shot clock reaches to a single-digit point.
It's funny. You were talking about that. I was just thinking about that because I'm like, why is she not running? But there's no shot clock. They can run their plays as long as they want.
Especially with these rules, offensive possessions can last upwards to 2 to 3 minutes if you so desire. This game will be played in 2 halves. Both 20-minute time markers with both of these halves. Now, number 13 for Delta Gamma, Gracie Hirsch. She goes inside to Stevens. Stevens back outside to Jones. Jones basket too strong, but Griffith with the rebound and the putback, and she's fouled in the process as well, Kyle.
Excellent way just to grab the ball, not be afraid to go straight up with it and not to avoid the contact. Now she gets a chance to go to the line and hopefully sink 2 more shots to close this game back.
This sends Griffith to the free throw line. She had a basket moments ago, which she had an opportunity to drive with her left hand and finish on the right side. Now at 3 points in this contest, what are some things that you've been noticing about her offensive game in about 7 minutes so far of this matchup, Kyle?
Well, I've actually the opportunity to play with her. She plays at Sports Center because we both work there. We have a tournament every year, and she's definitely a star player. She is not afraid to take a shot, just like that. Not all of them are going to go in, but she has confidence, and she also is a great leader on and off the court.
Absolutely. One thing that I noticed about that shot there by Mary Griffith is she was about 2 to 3 feet behind the high school three-point line, which is the requirement for three-point baskets here in this game. Maybe a step or two inside that basket with the strength and power, a little bit more accuracy as well, with the potential to knock it down there, Kyle.
Absolutely. And that's where they've got their majority of their points so far, is getting closer to the basket and getting those simple shots.
Here is Sydney Elliott guarded by Richardson. Hollywood goes inside. Elliott's back outside to Aarons. About opportunity, finds Aarons, goes back inside to Mackey. Phenomenal response defense there by Delta Gamma.
Absolutely. A great scramble to be able to get the turnover and turn it into offense as they go here. Hopefully they can set their ball into the corner and then swing up to the top to Mary Griffith. Works her move to the corner.
Richardson, baseline jumper, too strong. And another loose ball foul called on Zeta Nu. That's now their 4th team foul of the matchup.
Yeah, I think that was one of those cases where she tried to go over the back and just wasn't quite able to get position that they needed.
Yeah, a lot of those loose ball fouls come when rebounding opportunities are a jumping match rather than a positioning match.
Yeah.
Every single fundamental basketball coach will stress the idea of boxing out because, hey, you might not have the athleticism, but positioning is available for every single person when it comes to rebounding the basketball.
Oh, for sure. Coach Getch emphasized over and over again, do your work early.
Absolutely.
Before the ref's looking at you, go push him out of the way. Oh, tip shot right there. Great rebound, great Gracie Herr.
That was Richardson there who had a bucket, bringing the margin now to 3 points. And a basket can either tie it or bring it within 1 point. The no-look misdirection pass there by Griffith. She receives it back as she's now being guarded by Hollywood. Richardson with a great shot fake goes inside, back outside to Stevens. Griffith with the shot fake. Goes inside. The layup just out of the rim.
Open. It looks like it was tipped by a Gator as it went out of bounds. So the Bears will have another chance of an inbound opportunity. Hopefully get an easy shot to try and get this game a little bit closer.
Despite not having the basket, phenomenal ball movement there by Delta Gamma, despite having a deficit here, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not afraid to move it, and that's important. They're not in desperation mode.
The ball tipped there by Amber Mackey will remain here as well with the Bears.
Great defense by the Gators bench as well, helping communicate on the inbounds play where people were going. That was a great team effort right there.
Jones, the inbounder. Not a lot of places to go. Somehow finds Stevens. Now Gracie Herr guarded by Aarons. Jones temporarily set a screen. Jones receives it back. Off the backboard, too strong. Second chance opportunity not available. But Mary Griffith with the third chance opportunity. And now an opportunity as well to go to the free throw line.
Yep, those extra shots getting in and those offensive rebounds are helping them out and bailing them out on these plays. But it just comes down to hustle in a lot of these situations.
Now a potential to bring the game within one. We've been talking about Mary Griffith a lot in this first half of basketball. What are some things that you have noticed about her game so far in the early moments of this matchup?
She is off-ball movement, getting to the rim to get those offensive chances, really bailing her team out, which is an excellent way just to get those couple more times, a couple more shots. And then she sinks that free throw, helping it bring down to a 2-point game.
Chloe Cox into the game as well for Zeta Nu. Hollowood will find Cox, who recently just checked into the contest. And a double dribble there on Cox. And now Richardson available to bring the ball past the plane. With this game being played in two halves, we are now approaching the second quarter of this first half. What are some things that you've noticed here about both teams, things that they need to improve on, and things that they're also been doing positively?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing for the Gators is to keep playing their game, which is to play at that speed, but also securing that rebound right there. It seems like they've given up just a couple too many rebounds on defense. If they can secure those, I think they can start extending their lead. And once again, shooting out to the front right there.
Elliott doing a great job trailing the play, unable to find the bottom of the barrel. Now let's go over to the Bears. You mentioned the fact that the Gators have struggled defensive rebounding. What are some things that the Bears potentially need to improve on as we enter the second quarter of this matchup?
I think offensively, all of their points have come inside. So being able to work the ball, being patient with it, and getting inside. And then on defense, it's just they have to keep up with the speed. Slow down the Gators. That is the key. As Elliott goes in with a strong layup on the left side.
Elliott now with 5 points in his game as the Gators lead by 4. It's March Madness in the nation, and it's madness as well in the Sports Center. We'll be back after this full timeout. The last made basket by Sydney Elliott, the sophomore. She leads all scorers with 5 points as the Gators lead by 4. Alvin Chapman alongside with number 21 for Pensacola Christian College, Kyle Evers. Kyle, what a first half we are able to see as we're now reaching about 10 more minutes remaining of this regulation half.
Absolutely. We've had a great first quarter of basketball. We've seen some great moves, some good teamwork. And we're just seeing them as they kind of settle into this game. Great inbound pass. and just wasn't quite able to get that to drop right there. But the offensive rebounds that we have been seeing by the Bears, once again driving in, not quite being able to finish.
That was Hall with the deflection, and Elliott all by herself. The layup good as well.
That strong left coming in clutch. Bears need to respond on this next possession here.
Sydney Elliott, a member of last year's regional championship team for Pensacola Christian College, this season playing with the Gators. What are some things that you've noticed about her game, Kyle?
She is getting ahead of the ball. As soon as it looks like it's going to be a tip pass or a turnover, she is running the lanes. And then also, she's been patient. While she has been getting ahead of the ball on offense, she's just letting the things as it comes. That 1-3 she sunk was just setting them into the corner and waiting for her teammates to work the ball over to her side. Excellent work.
Hall works down low, back outside Elliott. Elliott will go to Aarons. Aarons over to Mackey, guarded also by her. Elliott, another three in the same corner slot. She's now 1 of 3 from downtown, Kyle.
Yeah, her needs to be not afraid to pull it at all, and that's been well. Oh, overhead pass by the Bears is turned over. Gators will return going the other way.
Usually in collegiate sports, games during the regular season are 20-minute halves with a running clock. But in this game, although we do have the 20-minute halves, the clock does stop on dead balls. Do you think fatigue potentially could be a factor, especially with another 20 minutes of basketball remaining? Now 30 more minutes of regulation time in this matchup.
I was literally just wondering the same thing. I was going to ask you that, and I think something that will play into that as well is we're just coming off midterm season, and I know we're playing basketball here, but these are all students as well. And I have to imagine that it'll be really the ones that have stayed in shape that are going to really dominate in the second half, as it will drag on quite a bit.
Aarons goes inside. Mary Griffith left all alone. The layup good. She continues to add to her total. Her and Elliott, 2 players over 5 points, as Mary Griffith just eclipsed 5 points. Aarons lets it fly. Basket no good. And a phenomenal rebound there by Aarons. Rather Anna Stevens. Stevens literally just jumps up and grabs that rebound with absolutely no worries at all.
Yeah, that just getting in position and also being athletic definitely helps on those rebounds. Excellent pass to the side. Oh, and a great strip, but was called for the foul right there.
Hands caught in the cookie jar there for Amber Mackey. That's her first foul of the game. Rather, her second foul of the game. But Maggie Hollowood playing the remainder of this half already with 3 fouls tacked to her name. Her tries to work on Aarons outside Stevens. Stevens nearly loses it. Griffith with position. The scooping layup no good. And Elliott gets stopped with a foul. A rather smart foul there by Mary Griffith, because when Elliott gets the ball off the rim, she can go quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yep, absolutely. That was great defense, by the way, on the Gators. Just keeping the inside tight and making them force to take a tough shot when they did get the chance.
Hollywood goes inside to Hall. Back outside Mackey. Elliott left all alone. Closed out just a bit late. But Anna Stevens with another rebound.
You can definitely see the fatigue already setting in. The zone is being stretched more and more, and it's getting tough to get to all those closeouts like they need to, because the Gators can definitely shoot, as they've proven off the start.
Jones works on Hall. The step back jumper, no good. Rebound secured by Mackey, and an evident blocking foul also administered there by Jones.
That was on Bears number 22, Emily Jones, her first.
I'll be curious, Al. Do you think they're going to stay in this zone for the rest of the game, or they might throw some man at them as the game progresses?
Regarding with the Bears, I would not be surprised if they remain in this zone-style defense for the remainder of the game. Although there have been a couple of long-range shots, it's only been Sydney Elliott that has been a threat from long range.
That's true.
Outside of everybody else, Allison Aarons with no three-pointers, and Hollywood, who just misses a 3 right now. Although triples can be dangerous, they aren't as frequent as the problem could potentially deem to be.
Absolutely. Because the inside, it's much easier to make a layup than you're going to make a 3, for most people.
Aarons, number 25, on the top of the zone. Elliott goes quickly inside to Hollywood. Hollywood will swing it to Aarons. Aarons to Elliott. Elliott will extend the play to Hollywood. She goes baseline. The scooping layup, good. A bit of English on that shot as it kisses the backboard.
Wow.
And Hollywood now with 4 points.
That was an excellent drive. Way to recognize the defense coming out and taking that zone, going straight to the basket and making the fancy move for the finish. Gracie Hurd looking to start the Bears another possession of offense.
That is Peyton Hollywood. Actually went to school with her sister, Avery Hollywood. They were freshmen together here at Pittsburgh Christian College. And Elliott, all by herself, misses the layup opportunity. Here's Richardson. Dumps it down. Mary Griffith, the jumper, no good.
Bears responded well to that fast break by getting back and running some offense of their own.
Elliott left all alone, finds the trailing Mackey. Elliott with the shot fake, goes inside Mackey. Aarons was left all alone, but just couldn't get her head around.
Yep, that corner shot was wide open, but they find another shooter, once again open, just barely too long.
Griffith the rebound, and she's double teamed. Somehow keeps her dribble alive and goes on the tightrope at the baseline without going out of bounds as well. Quite impressive.
Yeah, excellent work. Bears look to get it inside, passing to Gracie Hurd, tip pass back out to the top of the key.
Griffith works down low, layup, no good. Jones, a second chance opportunity, still unable to find the bottom of the barrel. Jones with many attempts at the rim, no points so far in this first half of play. Stop, pop, good for Aarons.
Those quick takes will destroy a defensive zone, as it takes time to set up. She took advantage and sunk that shot early.
That was Aarons' first basket attempt of her game. Her sister Amy Aarons was the part of the all-freshman team of the NCCAA. Aarons, also brothers with Andrew Aarons, a graduate student for the athletic department here at the college. And you saw in that shot attempt, she shot the ball, and she tried to rebound her own miss as if it was off, but it was nothing but nylon available for Allison Aarons.
It looked like a perfect shot from here, and she was being a good shooter, following her own shot, but no need for that when you're just going to swish that thing in there.
Aarons leads the break. Elliott ahead of the pack. Elliott on the right side. Layup up, no good. But the foul rewarded there by the baseline official.
Yeah, Sydney Elliott will go to the line for 2 free throws. She can sink both leads. She can get a double-digit lead before going into halftime for the Gators with 5 minutes remaining about.
Sydney Elliott zipping across the hardwood. We mentioned if potentially fatigue could be a factor for some of the players here in this game. It's not going to be a factor for her.
She definitely has energy right now, undoubtedly. And sinks both those free throws, and the Gators will get back on defense here.
Griffith to the table as well as Goforth for the Bears. And now Elliott with 9 points so far in this game. The scooping layup not available, but a foul rewarded by the baseline official.
Fouls on Gators number 15, Peyton Hollywood, her first of the game.
I will send P.J. Hollywood to the free throw line. Gracie Hurd, already with 1 field goal thus far in this game. She'll get an opportunity to convert on 2 free throws for her first trip of the outing. First attempt, back iron.
I believe Mary Griffith will be going in for the shooter, Gracie Hurd, if she is to make this basket.
Richardson out of the game as well. She has 2 points to her name in this matchup herself. Second attempt, good for her. 1 of 2 from the line. And Griffith back in the game. She leads her team with 5 points so far, an evident factor for the Bears. Here's Elliott. A phenomenal ball movement in the early actions for the Gators. Elliott with the cross-court pass to Aarons. Aarons with the sidestep. Hollywood goes corner. Elliott left all alone. 3-pointer just off. Griffith the rebound. And she'll push the break as well.
Excellent ball
Griffith
control.
makes her man miss and hit the hardwood. Jones, the jumper, no good. Griffith available for the follow, and she knocks it down, cutting the deficit now to 7. Griffith also with 7 herself.
Those offensive rebounds are keeping the Bears in the game right now. Way to be in position when your team needs you.
Ahrens will take a jumper just out of the rim. Tipped, kept alive as well by Griffith, but collected by Mackey, and the ball left out of bounds. Griffith will be met by Allison Ahrens. I'm not going to lie, Kyle. Coming to this game, I was a little worried that I was going to mix up Allison and Amy's names, because you say Amy all the time since she plays for the school. And with broadcasting basketball for the Eagles, it could have just easily slipped up. Have I messed up so far, though, Kyle?
If you have, I have not noticed it.
Perfect. Perfect. Elliott on the opposite corner with the ball fake and the traveling violation as well.
Absolutely. Al, what do you think the Bears need to focus on in their offense to close this gap right before we head into halftime?
I would say make a living inside. Try to dominate the paint. The Bears don't have shooters on their team like Elliott and Ahrens, but they do have a ton of players that can find a lot of success in the posted area. Basket, no good. Elliott the rebound, and she could push the pace herself here if she wants to, but that gets interrupted by a foul on Mary Griffith.
I've been very impressed by the energy by the Gators. They're just making me tired of how much they're running the ball. But even the Bears, that's going to be a factor coming into the end of this half, but especially in the second half of how hard the Gators are running them right now.
Griffith with 2 fouls, scoring majority of the points as well for the Delta Gamma Bears. And the steal is well available, but P.J. Hollywood retains it. Great job there by number 14 for Delta Gamma, keeping that basket alive. Ahrens, no good. Hall, the putback, not available, but the third chance opportunity is phenomenally good.
Excellent rebounding by the Gators to keep that play alive and get one more basket inside. Mary Griffith takes it down the court.
Guarded by Ahrens. We're trying to take her into the post, and the ball over the grass of Goforth. That's Amy Goforth, her name.
Couldn't quite secure that pass, but it was a great positioning to be wide open in that corner. Definitely a play they can go back to next time.
Richardson, as well as her, preparing to come to the table here for Delta Gamma. And here is Mackey, met by Goforth. Elliott, back to Ahrens. Ball being rotated along the perimeter. Hollywood comes outside and lets it fly. Basket good for Hollywood.
Excellent patience, waiting for the shot they wanted. And then when Hollywood came, had the opportunity to shoot it, she drilled that 3 with confidence.
Hollywood now with 6 points, rather 7 points in this game. The Gators on the brink of winning 4 basketball championships in a row. Meaning if they're successful in this game, the senior class of this year would be basketball champions 4 years in a row. It's quite impressive.
That would be. Excellent feed, by the way, by Goforth on that last Bears offensive possession, getting that inside for an easy layup for Griffith.
Griffith now with 9 points, tied with Elliott in scoring. Now just under a minute remaining. Here's the thing. The Gators could potentially hold for the last shot here, especially with no shot clock, forcing a 2-for-1 here, Kyle.
I think the shot, I really miss the shot clock in that situation, because that's a tough situation to be in, to be playing defense for a solid minute and not getting your extra opportunity.
Allison tries to keep it inside and loses it. Now 31 6/10 of a second remaining on the game clock for Delta Gamma to potentially cut the lead down to single digits. The Gators leading by 10. This is their largest lead of the game. Griffith doing a little bit of everything in this game. I believe a full court trap, rather a half court trap, initiated to get Griffith the ball out of her hand in possession. The three, no good. Leah Comer being out of the game here for Delta Gamma. She went out early in this matchup. Now Griffith having to do majority and a big bulk of the scoring here, Kyle.
Absolutely. It's been a tough loss, and we're really hoping she can come back in the second half of basketball. Gators with 7 seconds left to put in a basket.
Let's see if they're cognizant of the time. Allison lets it fly. No good. Griffith with 1 second remaining. Can't get it off in time. 24-14 is the halftime score, with the Gators remaining dominant in this game.
An excellent half of basketball. We saw the Gators once again full out their game plan and running the ball, getting the ball moving as fast as they can, getting Sydney Elliott ahead several times for those fast break layups.
Can the Gators get 4 championships in a row, concluding this senior class's journey of their basketball success? We will see when we come back, but please enjoy some promotional videos provided by Pensacola Christian College. Thank you so much.
Want to get a head start on college? With the online dual enrollment program from PCC, you can do just that. Gain an affordable Christian liberal arts education with a biblical worldview, equipping you for your future degree. Open to rising sophomores and above, dual enrollment students can take up to 6 online courses per year that count toward both high school and college requirements. With over 30 courses offered fall, spring, and summer, choose to lighten your college load and, depending on your major, finish college early. You'll be able to fit courses around your schedule. A perfect way to complete many of your college liberal arts courses before you graduate from high school and step foot on campus. And the best part is, you'll only pay a fraction of what you pay for those same classes if you took them in college. Get a head start on your education today by visiting pcci.edu/dual enrollment.
Choosing a college is so much more than deciding where you're going to live for the next few years. It's choosing a culture, group of people, and academic standard that will shape you into the person you want to become. It's an exciting time, and when you visit campus, it gets even more exciting. It's your moment to get a feel for the atmosphere and community. Catch a game, sit in on classes, visit chapel, make new friends, and so much more. And now you can experience college life your way with multiple visit options. No matter when you come, you'll find a vibrant community influencing the world for Christ. You won't just blend in, you'll belong. So don't wait. See how you can experience PCC today.
It's a passion that unites us. The heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
Ladies and gentlemen, head back to your seat as we prepare for our second half. The second half of play will start in just a few moments.
Her available now for the inbound as Zeta Nu Gators lead 24-14, 10 points being their largest margin of this game. Alvin Chapman alongside with Kyle Evers. Kyle, the first time behind a microphone, and I think your first 20 minutes weren't that bad. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
Well, I had a great teacher, which is you, so I can't tell you. I was quite nervous, but you've been great helping me figure this out as we go.
I don't know if you noticed this, but before we started broadcasting, I gave you no information before, because I think the best way you can learn is by fire. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, we're putting that to the test right now as Kerr goes to the basket with a strong 2. Closing that gap to 8 points.
And that's how you fight back a deficit, getting points in transition. And as we mentioned, transition baskets mean great, phenomenal defense and the half court on the opposite side.
Absolutely. Defense, great defense leads to great offense, and another great defensive possession right there.
Now 19 minutes remaining in this first half of basketball. And as we mentioned, Sydney Elliott with 9 points and Griffith with 9 points, both playing fairly different games. Sydney Elliott getting most of her points in transition and 1 3-point basket, and Griffith being misses everything for the Delta Gamma Bears.
Absolutely, eating up those boards and also defensively getting a rebound. Bears turned it over on a travel right there. Looks like they have Richardson starting for the Bears now in place of Comer, and she did a great job on that last possession, getting a strong rebound over the Gators.
Comer, rather Richardson, with 1 point to her name right now. Here's Hollywood, who will hand it off to Mackey. Jones playing phenomenal defense. Elliott with the ball fake goes outside to Hall. Mackey left all alone. Aarons will shuffle it over to PJ Hollywood. Rather Maggie Hollywood, my apologies. They're going to go back and listen to this and said, hey, you messed up my name, but it's okay. It is okay.
Oh, Gators offense looks a little stagnant right now, trying to get it coming back after the half, get it moving again.
Now Aarons with the steal. Richardson gets the deflected ball, goes over to Stevens. Stevens' jumper is no good.
Gators will look to run it as she leads the pack. Pass ahead to Elliott. Elliott with a sidestep, strong 2, just barely bounces out. Griffith for the rebound, outlets.
Jones now heading the other direction will slow down the pace of the offense here.
Bears regrouping right now. Jones with the ball. Over to Griffith.
Hall guarding Griffith as well. Griffith, we mentioned, 9 first half points, now 11 to her name. The first jumper we've seen from her.
After coming alive from the mid-range, everything inside had been strong, and now getting for a 2 to drop. Elliott in the corner, swings it back to the middle.
One thing to notice as well, the fact that the Gators so far scoreless in the second half of play. Elliott, 3-point attempt, no good, and the possession will stay here as well with the Gators. Continue what you were saying, though, Kyle.
I think I lost my train of thought. It's gone.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Elliott available for the inbound, the leading scorer of her team. They go outside to Mackey. Mackey's basket, no good. But a third opportunity. Hollywood gets her pass intercepted by Jones. Jones on a 1-on-3 break, retracts her dribble. Jones scoreless despite having many attempts in that first half. Still scoreless after that bucket. Rebounds her own miss, unable to put it inside the rim.
Committed the foul under the basket, trying to get that rebound back after the great takes, though. What I'm surprised is that the teams seem to have switched roles. The Bears have been looking to push the ball and get ahead, while the Gators have turned their offense quite more slow and trying to just work the ball as they move it around.
Despite being scoreless so far in this first half, they still continue to have their lead now by 6. Elliott to Aarons. Aarons back to Elliott. Thought about a shot. Aarons guarded tightly there by Jones. And Aarons loses it. Hollywood will drive inside. Richardson to steal. Richardson will lead the break here. Richardson with the miss.
Not quite being able to complete on that, but they're looking to run a little press, which might have worked out in the Bears' favor. Elliott, great hustle, diving for the ball, but is not quite able to get the ball back. Looks like the Bears will be having the possession back.
Now a chance to either cut the possession, the deficit either to 4 or 3. Here's Richardson.
Richardson has been a force offensively and defensively already in this first 4 minutes of the second half, just stepping into her role very well.
Here's a screen from Stevens. Her will attack. Her with a wide open lane. The layup no good. Griffith with quick hands and quick thinking as well with the rebound opportunity, and she'll head to the free throw line to convert on 2 free throws.
I would love to know how many offensive rebounds Griffith has right now, because that is at least the 4th one that I remember, and a lot of those she's turned into free throws by immediately putting it back up.
Unfortunately, we're good broadcasters, but not good enough to talk, record points, and record offensive rebounds at the same time.
I can barely walk, talk, and chew gum, so let alone trying to write as well. Not a chance.
That first free throw attempt, no good there for Griffith. But on a conversion here, will elude a 5-0 run to open up the second half for the Bears as they now trail by 5.
Elliott looking to lead the offense. Passes to the right.
Here's Hollywood. Had a screen there available for Mackey. A three-pointer, no good. Her rebound, and a jump ball will go to the direction of the Bears. It was Aarons who was also available for the held ball opportunity. It will actually stay here with the Gators despite the arrow.
Excellent hustle by Aarons just to get into the zone and be able to just cause a jump ball just by running around, trying to grab that.
Jones, the steal.
Excellent turnover. She leads the pack. Wisely pulls it out. Elliott trying to get the steal early. Great man defense right here by the Gators. Elliott still in the grill. Richardson comes around the corner. And Elliott with the steal. She now leads the fast break. Passes ahead.
Mackey available. The layup good. Count the bucket and the foul as well.
That was an excellent.
Mackey with her first points of the half breaks the scoring drought as well for the Gators. She has 4 total points in this game. Rather 5 as she completes the old-fashioned three-point play, pushing the lead back to 8 for the Gators. Her guarded now by Elliott. Elliott, a phenomenal defender, limiting the options available for the Bears.
Absolutely. Bears a little bit stopped on this possession right now. Griffith trying to pull it out and get something started.
The loose ball collected by her. Jones, the jumper, no good. Phenomenal rebound nonetheless due to phenomenal positioning by Richardson. They go inside to Jones, and Jones loses it.
Gators were relentless on that possession. You just saw that energy come right back. Seeing that the N1 kind of spark their energy and bring them back into this game.
As we mentioned, this half opened up with a 5-0 scoring drought by the Gators. The old-fashioned three-point play by Mackey puts them on the board for this first half. But as you mentioned, a bit of stagnancy available for the Gators in this game offensively.
Absolutely. What do you think a team needs to do when facing those stagnant moments? How can they get their team rolling, get that energy back on the court?
Well, one basket at a time. Fortunately, the Gators do have a lead, but to continue the fluidity of their offense, I would just go back to what you're doing in the first quarter, turning over the Bears to get easy baskets in transition, and also not just passing the ball for the sake of passing the ball, but passing the ball with the intention of moving the zone defense and attacking the gaps to find wide open players as well, Kyle.
And that's exactly what's helping them get back to that spot, getting 2 free throws right here by just jumping into the lane and taking that contested shot.
Mackey's second trip to the free throw line. She misses both of them on this opportunity. Hollywood, the offensive rebound. Aaron's trailing the play. Basket no good, and the rebound available for Stevens.
Gators looking to trap in the corner. Griffith able to spin through it. Great move.
Goes corner. Stevens, she lets it fly. Three-pointer no good, and an over-the-back foul on her.
Once again, important to do that work early. Rebounding was excellent work to get in position so that way when I think her had to go over, didn't quite have the position, and the foul call was there.
Now Elliott and Aarons will be the pair to walk the ball up here for the Gators, now with 13 minutes remaining in regulation. The Bears haven't led at all in this game, and Elliott with a wide-open three-point opportunity for her first points in the half. Give her 12 points in this game, and a timeout as well on the Bears.
That is why you keep shooting the ball.
Down by 11. Full timeout. We will step aside here briefly. .13 minutes remaining here in the Collegian Basketball Championships. Right now we have the ladies championship as the Gators lead 30-19. This is their largest lead of the game, 11 being the deficit for the Bears. But fans at home, don't go too far. We have a guys championship game following this matchup. The Raiders will face off against the Stingrays as they look to get their 4th championship in a row as well.
Absolutely, and it should be an amazing game. Both teams have some star players, and it's honestly going to be an absolute rollout for who's going to bring home the championship after this game. As, once again, this game is by no chance over. 11 points in 14 minutes. There's a lot of time for the Bears to crawl back into this game.
Her takes the screen. Her will drive. Her with the misdirection. The layup too strong, no good. The follow not available as well, but Stevens gets a third chance opportunity for points, lays it off the glass, unable to finish it, but an opportunity to go to the free throw line. As we mentioned, we're not keeping track of offensive and defensive rebounds in this game, but Anna Stevens has been a threat on the offensive glass tonight.
Absolutely. I've been impressed by just the relentless energy the Bears have brought to offensive rebounding. And the Gators need to watch and make sure they get their man while going to the rim to secure those offensive rebounds.
You mentioned this moments ago. 13 minutes is a lot of time to potentially close an 11, and pending on this free throw, 10-point deficit as Stevens gets her first points of the game. Well, what do the Gators, rather the Bears, have to do offensively to cut away at this margin here, Kyle?
The Bears need to go back inside. That is where they're scoring, I think, all of their points. If they've hit one mid-range this half, but they've got to work it, get inside, and then keep up with the offensive rebounds and just being ready to put those back up. And then the Gators, if they can keep getting their pace, and they haven't had as many fast breaks this half, if they can get back to that, I think they could really start to bury the Bears as this half continues to go on.
Griffith finds her guarded by Aarons. The spin move, the step through, and the layup no good. The jump ball comes before a near traveling violation as well, as we see the pivot foot of her drag across the hardwood. Nonetheless, a baseline opportunity available for the Bears. As we mentioned, Griffith leading her team in scoring. She has 13. Griffith tries to go up with the ball, not available. Her down low, step through move, nearly a traveling violation as well, but the basket to no avail available. Here is Elliott. Will find Hall. Nearly loses it, but Holloway available. She finds her sister, guarded also by Richardson. Holloway goes inside, back outside to Aarons at the volleyball line extended. Holloway with a contested try, just out of the rim. And Richardson with the long rebound will push the pace here. Richardson ahead of the offense. Richardson, the layup misses the entirety of the rim here, Kyle.
It was a great take, just wasn't quite able to finish there. And the Gators also had just great decision-making that last possession. And hopefully they'll be able to use that again. Waiting around, making sure they get the shot that they want, rather than being forced into a quick shot by the Bears.
Another turnover here by the Gators. Richardson will bring the ball up and will be met as well by Elliott. Has 2 points to her name. Will find Stevens. Stevens will attack. The jumper, no good. And Holloway will lead the break herself. Holloway stops on a dime. Layup not available. But Hall, the second chance opportunity, good for her first points of the game.
That is excellent team chemistry right there. Running after your teammate, even on the fast break, and being able to just clean up that scoop and score right there.
That's actually her first points of the quarter. And now the largest lead of the game, 12, available for Zeta Nu.
Can definitely feel like the Bears could look a little fatigued. So they need to get that bench energy going and just so they can get this ball back inside where they can get some nice, easy shots.
Jones back to the table here as well for the Bears. She will come to relieve number 13, Gracie Hurd. As we mentioned, the absence of Leah Comer in this game has played a role. That second leading scorer, making Griffith have to carry a lot of that responsibility as far as offense is concerned.
Absolutely. And she's done an excellent job, but she just needs another teammate to come in and sink a couple extra shots, and they should be able to bring this game back to even.
Peyton Holloway will drive inside, miscues her dribble, but her basket is good despite the traffic. Holloway actually with her first basket of the outing. And now their largest lead of the game continues to spread. 14 points is the margin here, Kyle.
Bears looking to get something started. Going back to the top of the key.
That's number 14 here for Delta Gamma, Chloe Cox. Goforth will drive, and a turnover. Holloway will go the full length of the court. She can finish here. Off the backboard, no good. Anna Stevens will lead the break as well and attempt to cut away at this 14-point deficit. Elliott with the steal, the pass intended for Goforth.
Such great hustle by both teams. First, the defense by Stevens to get a rebound over two players, and then Elliott to run back and intercept the pass before a layup, and making the made two just right there.
And that is Maggie Holloway, who continues to add to her score here tonight. She is now in the leading scoring conversation herself with 9.
That's excellent. We see multiple contributions right now by the Gators. Elliott leading also, and Griffith with a deep three. Wasn't quite able to connect there.
The Bears with multiple three-point attempts. No conversions nonetheless. Hall, transition, layup no good. Griffith rebounds her own miss and gets a traveling violation. Too many steps on that rebound outing.
What do you think the Bears need to do to try and crawl back into this game? What is going to be their go-to?
Well, I'm going to be real with you. My advice has not changed. They've taken a lot of three-point attempts, but have not converted any single one of them. A lot of times, as we mentioned, when fatigue is a factor, you settle for shots that are highly contested and far away from the rim. But nonetheless, Kyle, those are not high-percentage shots. Those high-percentage shots are found in the painted area. They're found in the low block. They're also found in the dumper spot. That's what the Bears need to potentially do, to potentially come back and now fight an 18-point deficit with still a lot of time remaining on the clock here. 8 minutes remaining in regulation time. But they have to go inside. Griffith off the back of the rim, rather, no good. And Zeta Nu will continue to move here in transition. Aarons stops, finds Hollywood. Ball fake, layup, good.
That is an excellent disciplined shot right there. Put the ball up, give the pump fake, one step to the right, and then go in strong with the left.
Now leading by 20, a timeout here for the Bears. This is their largest lead of the game. Despite having a 5-0 drought to open up the first half, it has been all Zeta Nu in the second half of play. Full timeout on the floor. We will step aside. Now 8 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in regulation time. The Delta Gamma Bears against the Zeta Nu Gators here for the basketball championship. Now that I remember, this also was the championship prior to the two teams that were in the Turkey Bowl of this year, and Zeta Nu won that matchup as well. No, it was not the matchup for the Turkey Bowl, actually. The matchup for the Turkey Bowl was actually against the Jets, but Zeta Nu, the Gators, were successful in that game as well, Kyle.
Zeta Nu is definitely known. Great shot right there. Zeta Nu is definitely known for their athletic prowess on campus, and they're definitely seeking to find another championship here. But the Bears fighting back with an excellent take on the three.
That's their first triple of the game. Now they cut the deficit to 17 as they've trailed by as much as 20 in this game. Hollywood will go to Hall. Hall working the baseline, and Richardson to steal. Richardson with multiple steals in this game, but can they convert points on the turnovers they forced? Inside to Stevens. Outside to her. Stevens with another long two and a 5-0 swing all by herself for Stevens.
Back-to-back threes. I believe that last one was just rolled a 2. But back-to-back shots are definitely the way to get into a game. So another stop here for the Bears, and they'll have another opportunity to close this gap even better.
Just like that, they trail by 15, and a response there by, I was about to say Amy Aarons. That is not her name. Allison Aarons. There we go.
Excellent catch. That is a seasoned announcer right there.
A seasoned announcer would have gotten the name right. Let's be real here. But that is her available for the points. And a 7-3 run here. The game of basketball full of runs. But one thing, in order for Delta Gamma to potentially fight back into this game, they have to stop their opposition from scoring. They stop Hollywood on that offensive play there. They trail by 17. Here's her. Stevens has been the hot hand with 2 baskets from long range. Her, guarded now by Hall. Her goes into the post here. The fake, the basket too strong off the backboard.
Gators finally stopped the Bears scoring streak. They'd gone down 3 times in a row and scored. Gators now look to push it back.
Aarons shot too strong. One thing I've noticed here about Aarons is that she rebounds her own miss, or at least attempts to, every time she puts the ball towards the rim. That's a great habit to build up, especially when it comes to intramural or collegiate sports. It shows that extra hustle that is still valued here on this level of basketball.
And a good shooter is the one who will know where the ball will go the most of anybody on the court, because you felt your shot, you know where it's going to go. So you usually are the most qualified person to go find that rebound.
Jones, basket hits the side of the backboard, but she gets fouled in the act of shooting and will head to the free throw line with the potential to convert on 2 free throws. Griffith out of the game during that 7-3 run here for Delta Gamma, and that's very beneficial, rather. I was about to say profitable. Well, I can say profitable as well, especially when one of your top players is out of the game during a time when she's getting rest and you're still able to have progress and progression as far as offense is concerned.
Absolutely. Having that momentum already in the game so you can just work your way right into that, as you say, could be profitable and beneficial for the Bears as they go.
Basket good as well for Jones. Cuts the deficit back to 15 with ample basketball remaining.
Absolutely. 5 minutes, a lot of things can happen in 5 minutes.
Aarons goes corner to Elliott. Elliott will drive and lose possession. Stevens goes to Richardson. Richardson dumps it down to Jones. Jones loses it, but it's deflected off the foot of Elliott.
Once again, that excellent hustle. She was all the way down on the other baseline, and she was the one who intercepted the pass on the other side, running the entire length of the court during that play.
A basket would be very profitable here for Delta Gamma. Griffith was making a move before grasping the ball. Griffith goes to Richardson. She launches a triple! Boom, boom, boom! Goes for Richardson. Now, you've probably never heard that next
I am
to me.
so honored to hear the boom, boom, boom in person. The amount of times I've heard that on the replays, but hearing this here, that was thank you, Al. That was a special moment for me.
Well, I'm glad you could probably take this moment, clip it, maybe have it as your ringtone there. But after not having a single three in the first half, Stevens and Richardson with triples reigning in this game. And a stop and a switching of possession there for Delta Gamma. As you mentioned, there's tons of basketball left. Despite being down by as much as 20 of this game, Delta Gamma on a 10-3 run here. Also having 3 threes in the midst of that run here, Kyle.
Absolutely. When your shooting comes alive, that is going to help you edge yourself back into a game. Bears looking to bring it down to 10. Looks like it was fouled on the shot or on the floor.
And that's going to be in the act of shooting. That's going to send Stevens to the line.
An opportunity to cut. There was at one point, I believe just 4 minutes ago, we had a 20-point lead. She can hit both these free throws. She can bring that lead down to 10.
With 4 minutes and 35 seconds remaining, they were down, but obviously not out in this game. The deficit now 11. Stevens having a phenomenal second half as well. She has 7 points to her name.
Stevens connects on that second free throw, bringing the lead down to 10. Al, what do you think the Gators need to do to try and protect their lead and get this back to a comfortable spot for them?
Let's see the basket here. No good. But if I'm them, honestly, I'm just holding the ball. There's no shot clock, and you're up 5. I know that's not the answer you're looking for, but all you have to do is keep the ball in the position for the next 4 minutes and let the time go by. Easier said than done. But if you can make your offensive possessions long instead of acting like you're down the entire game, it puts you in a solid spot. Hollywood basket, no good. But yeah, maybe taking a minute or a minute and 30 seconds in each offensive possession, and that will promise you a win. Her all the way to the basket, no good, and it was deflected off of Griffith.
So you're telling me that if you're the coach of the Gators right now, you're playing keep away for the next 4 minutes and 8 seconds in this game.
No, I would have played keep away when we were up by 20 a couple minutes ago, but we didn't do that. But, I mean, it is a strategy that a lot of people do all the time, especially when there's no shot clock in the game.
Absolutely. Maybe we need to be on a committee maybe for next year, adding a shot clock to the championship game or something.
I can tell you this, that was not going to happen. Oh, I think they're listening to what I'm saying. Aarons, 3, no good. Get rebounds, their own miss. And that is Mackey, who is back in the game. She has 4 fouls nonetheless. Hollywood outside. Elliott, 3. She's left all alone. Basket, no good.
Great rebound by her to stay down and be able to secure that rebound. Now leading the charge, pass to Griffith as she brings up the ball.
Griffith goes to Richardson. A long 2, it's on his way, no good. Jones, second chance opportunity is erased as she misses. But yeah, if I'm the Gators, I wouldn't say hold the ball for 3 minutes, but making long offensive possessions where everybody can touch the ball and you can almost force your opposition to foul.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, longer offensive possessions, they tire out a zone defense because they're constantly having to run over, close out. So it's also will help stop them from streaking out on offense.
And I think they're listening to my advice. Moving the ball, no need to score, no need to rush, unless you're wide open just like that. No basket good, but they rebound their own miss. And Elliott with the save. An attempt to go inside. Hollywood throws it away. Mackey receives it. Count the bucket and the foul. The second and 1 available for Amber Mackey.
An excellent hustle play by several of the Gators getting on the floor to get that ball back in the possession. And now they have an opportunity to sink a free throw to get the lead up to 13.
Mackey doing a phenomenal job with her interior offense and defense in this matchup. Free throw short. If I'm the Bears, you have to score quickly and potentially force a turnover. You don't necessarily have to foul yet, but forcing a turnover. Stevens, open, layup, no good. She has had a great second half, 7 points to her name. The possession will stay here as well.
Several Bears have stepped up to sink some extra shots, especially for the threes of Stevens, to bring them back in this game. And now they need another Bear to sink a big shot to get this offense rolling again.
Jones gets it to Richardson. That pass deflected.
Elliott with great ball pressure as soon as the ball even came inside.
Her has Stevens. The Bears need to shoot quickly here. Jones, basket, no good. And then we'll stay here as well. Griffith keeping the ball in the possession of Hollywood.
Once again, getting that touch on that offensive board, just causing to come out on a big Gator, getting them another shot.
Richardson, shot towards the goal, but a traveling violation prior to the attempt.
Coming down to our last 2 minutes of this game. Gators are looking to close out to get their 4th championship in a row.
That's impressive.
That's close to a dynasty right there. They've probably already won.
Aarons, Hollywood. She takes a long 2, and it's good. Maggie Hollywood now with 11 points in this game. And
Griffith,
a turnover 4th as well.
Not quite able to secure that pass coming right in from her. Put the Gators back on offense with the last minute and 39 seconds coming in.
Got a question, Kyle. With the Gators looking to be the winner of this championship game, who would you deem as our Collegian Sports Player of the game?
Of this game, just between these two teams, I'd have to put Elliott up there with her hustle. She has not played as much on the ball this the second half. First half, she definitely got the Gators rolling. And then for the Bears, Griffith has got to be up there. Her defense and her offense getting in those boards has been monumental for the Bears to be in this game.
Despite being up 14, they have made it very interesting, especially with that 10-3 run towards the conclusion, rather towards the middle of the second half.
Which players would you pick, Al?
I'd honestly would have to go with the same selection as you. Stevens would be in the conversation as well, especially with her outside shooting this game, but Griffith being a very great player here for the Bears. And also Elliott. Elliott, although having a great game offensively with 13 points, has played a lot of phenomenal on-ball defense on the guards of the Bears, making it incredibly difficult to initiate any half-court offense.
Great behind the back, and the pass over to Elliott to the top of the key, back to Elliott.
And they're going to potentially move the ball enough to let the clock expire.
Bears still keeping their defense, though. Not giving up yet.
And a long three on its way, no good. Rebounded by Aarons. Hollywood goes inside. Cox available. Layup is good.
Gators bench definitely enjoyed that layup by Cox. Bears bring down the ball one more time.
With no shot clock here, down 16. Griffith also with 13 in his game. That's a block by Hollywood. Stevens rebounds her own miss. Left-hand layup, no good. And the baseball pass for Cox. Hollywood, the layup to seal the deal, no good. Cox unable to finish it as well. And despite the multiple misses towards the end, the Gators will be victorious in this year's 2025 championship game.
I believe that confirms the four-peat happening. And then I also believe they've got 9 championships in the last 10 years.
Now 11 championships total. They've done a four-peat before throughout the years of 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That's actually a 5-peat. That's pretty impressive. But nonetheless, they continue their dominance here as head coach Jacob Gentry will prepare to give the trophy to the winning awarding team.
We saw an excellent game of basketball between the Bears and the Gators. Both teams putting in a bunch of hustle and executing on offense and defense. But the Gators just edged them out with a 49-33 win.
As they celebrate center court, congratulations to the Gators for being victorious and capturing another championship trophy for their team. What a great opportunity and day and game here for the Zeta Nu Gators. Also, congratulations as well to the Bears for a phenomenal showing. Fans at home, don't go too far as we have another game. The Raiders against the Stingrays, Iota Chi, as they look to capture another championship themselves. Other than that, thank you so much, Kyle, for joining me. And we're excited to have your viewers, those viewers who are watching, to join us again for the men's game. Other than that, if you aren't able to join us, please enjoy the rest of your day and have a phenomenal weekend.